So if you want to be in the top 1% of your game, which by the way, I encourage you to be, I know I am. I am in the top 1% in my field. And that's because I am very clear, I am very specific, and I write goals every year. I have a system. And this system I'm teaching to you. It's super simple. The problem is you can't just do one piece of it. I encourage you to do all the steps that I'm going to go through, because if you go through all these steps, and if you are leveraging 1 or 2 or 3 of them on a regular basis, you are going to be rooted. Your body is going to be knowing to go after that goal. And it's going to, your mind is going to go into what is called a problem-solving machine. And it's going to want to solve the problem, because they're going to know you're knowing, your mind is going to know that those goals are not your current state. And so what happens is your mind works in overtime on trying to fill the gap. And that's what I want you to do, is get to where you want to go. And your mind will help you get there when you know how to use your mind in the proper way. Most people have been using this thing called intentions. And as you know, I have this program, 7 days intention setting to synchronicity, which I absolutely love, which goes into the specifics of setting intentions. Intentions are not goals, okay? Goals and intentions are very different. So as I go into that program, I give more specifics about how they are different. But for you, you need to know what your goals are. What is it specifically that you're looking to do? And everybody knows there's a SMART format out there. And if you're not using it, you're the one who's losing. So if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So the SMART format is this: specific. S is for specific. M is for measurable. Is it measurable? So do we know when you're going to get that goal by? So what's the outcome? So if I want to get a job, I want to get a job by when? And if it's by yesterday, then the goal's not realistic, okay? So specific, measurable, aligned. So a lot of people use different words for these things, but I use aligned, because I think if you are aligned with your goals, the chances of you achieving them is significantly increased. So I'm all about increase, so make sure that your goal is aligned. Realistic, make sure that the time frame is realistic, that it's actually achievable. So if somebody was making a goal to make $1 million by the end of the year, they would have to ask themselves, is that really realistic? And for the average person, that would not be realistic. So I'd say, hey, bring it down a notch. What is the realistic amount of money that you can actually make? And the last one is timed. By when? So when are you going to do it by? So always keep your outcome in mind before you start your goal or start to write your goal. And then you're just going to write it out. And you're not going to write S equals this, M equals this. No, it's going to be in a very succinct manner. And the reason why is because people are going to ask you when you're interviewed, what are your goals? What do you want to do? What's your 5-year plan? What do you want to do in 2 years? And you want to be able to give them realistic, SMART goals. And if you're telling them that you want to be the president of the company in 2 years of that company, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to say, that's not realistic. It's not going to get you the job. So keep your goals realistic. And the goal is to do the best that you can within that position by this date. So always keep them very clear, specific, and measurable. So once you have your goals written down and they're in a specific, concise sentence, and they all have a due date. The due date is always going to be not in 4 months, but you're actually going to use the specific date, okay? So once you have that, you're going to write, well, why is this important to me? Why is it important to me to have a job by this date? Well, because I need to pay my bills. Okay, that's good, but why in the positive way? You always want to leverage where you want to go, not in the negative. So why is it that you want to be able to pay your bills? Well, because I will feel better. Okay, so that's a better feeling reason. I will feel better having a job by this date. Perfect. You see the difference between those two? It's a small nuance, but it's a critical one because your why's leaning towards the positive. You're always leveraging where you want to go, not what you don't want to do. So you want to be able to pay your bills has an implication that you can't pay your bills. So you want to think about those things. So we know that the number one reason why is I want to feel better. Okay, why is it important to feel better? Well, when I feel better, I'm happier. Perfect, that's number two. When I am happier, I laugh more, and I like to laugh more. When I'm laughing more, I feel like I'm in life fully. Like I am totally there in that moment, just enjoying. That goes down there on your list. Why do I like to laugh more? See, the whys, you just continue to ask yourself why, and you do 5 deep. So why do I like to laugh more? What do I get out of it? I get to be in life fully. When I'm fully in life, what do I get? Wow, what's that one that I get when I'm fully in life? I am present. That is why you are going for that job. It allows you to be more present to everything that's around you. It's not the surface ones, which are usually at the top. It's usually going down to the core. And that is going to always tap you into something called desire. And when you tap into desire, you can do anything. That is really what drives momentum. People get confused and they think that just positive thinking does it. It's not. It's really how you feel, and tapping into how you feel and being able to leverage that gives you the momentum, it gives you the force, it gives you the velocity to move forward consistently and repeatedly. So now that you've got all your 5 whys, you can do a simple exercise and state some affirmations as to why that affirmation for this job. So I see myself in this job, in HR by this date. And you actually close your eyes and I want you to visualize the outcome. You've got your 5 whys listed, you're feeling them, you're feeling at peace, you're feeling present. And then you write your affirmation of what it looks like, what it feels like being in that job. What do you imagine it feels like? I feel awesome as an HR manager. I feel this. Whatever it is, it's always going to be present tense. But you want to connect it to the outcome and specifically how you feel. And then you saw that I did a quick visualization. I saw it, I felt it, I experienced it. That's the final step, is to take moments to visualize where it is that you want to go. You don't have to spend an hour visualizing. You're not a professional athlete, which, by the way, do you know how much those people at the top of their game are spending with visualization? The top of the game. Some of them spend 4 hours a week or more just in visualization. That is how important it is to get to where it is that you want to go. So if you really want that job, you must see it to believe it. Once you are seeing it, you're going to change your game, guaranteed. And that is the new paradigm, that you are completely and totally connected. That is how you distinguish yourself from everybody else, is by being in sync, by being in tune, by being fully connected to who you are and where you're going. That is the new paradigm. So that's my 2 cents on goal setting, and I hope that you enjoyed the process, and I hope that you found it to be helpful in getting you to be even more crystal clear.